Breast milk science. It's a thing. And it's our thing. We're ByHeart. We're an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most super food on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins found in breast milk. We're the first and only US-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We make our formula in our own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, using a small batch manufacturing process that works to preserve the integrity of our ingredients. We ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years, and clinically proved benefits like easier digestion, less gas, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. We were the first infant formula company to earn the Clean Label Project Purity Award. And while we've put a lot into ByHeart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like no corn syrup, no maltodextrin, no GMO ingredients, no soy, no palm oil. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Santman Show. Today's episode is going to be yet another interesting topic, for me at least. If it's not interesting for you, I hope you find it interesting as we go along. We have an interesting topic. We have 2 cover songs that I featured. So, for those listening to this for the first time, welcome. Do not go anywhere. Do not go back and listen to the first episode. This is perfect. Stay where you are. I am Santman. My name is not Santman. It's a pseudonym. I am Santman, not the Ant-Man, not the Sandman, unless you have sleeping issues. Then I'd rather be your Sandman. Go to sleep, frère Jacques. No. It's a lovely Sunday morning. We are relaxed. We are not sleeping, but we are relaxed. Sunday, 29th September is when this show is being recorded, and santman.happy@gmail.com. That's my email address. I repeat, if you want to write to me with song requests, with even content that song covers you have recorded, which you want me to be featured, you have now 3 episodes left, 8, 9, and 10, after which season 1 will be over. So, 2 songs today, interesting topic today, and you know the drill. If you don't, an explanation. I will give you the topic of today's episode, and it is not the title of the episode. The title mentioned in the description, because then it would be too easy for you to do the exercise. So if I give you the topic, let's say for instance, I give you the word computer. What are the first 3 words that come to your mind? I think of internet, I think of connection, I think of network. Internet, connection, network. Yeah, those are the 3 random boring words that came to my mind the first thing. So I shall ask you to do the same thing with the word I shall give you next, after which I shall ask you another follow-up question, and then the first song. So today's topic is, and get ready with your 3 words. Topic is travel. What are the first 3 things, quick, what are the first 3 things that come to your mind when I say the word travel? Think them out loud, write them down, tap them on your phone. The first 3 things that come to your mind when I say the word travel. Today I shall share with you my 3 words, because they're really simple and they're basic, and the 3 words are for me happiness, escapism, freedom. And now, I shall ask a follow-up question, which we shall discuss after the first song. The follow-up question is, if you had one dream place you want to go to, there's one place, or not one, sorry, let's say top 3. There are 3 places in the world you want to absolutely go to at some point in your life, and it's on your, it's a term I hate using, but bucket list. It's your travel bucket list. 1 place, 3 places you absolutely want to go. It can be cities, it can be countries, it can be I would prefer cities because countries are huge, especially the original country I come from. It's massive. It looks tiny on the map, but it's the 7th largest country territory-wise. And yes, the first song for today is going to be cliché because we're talking of travel. I was trying to look up online for, underrated artists, underrated cover artists, and I came across this song called A Whole New World from this movie about flying magic carpets and genies called Aladdin. The song is covered by Raven along with Daniel Cause, who was the original male cover artist over which she asked the permission and she recorded. And the song is amazing. More than the song, I like the message she put before the video because she does introspection as well, something I've been trying to do over the last 6 episodes. And yes, a whole new world. I shall babble less, I shall talk less, and let's listen to Raven. Santman is going to keep quiet. And listen to Raven. She is amazing. Daniel Cause is amazing. And if you can, I shall put the links to the channels, everything below. And if you can, please listen to her, the message she talks about before she sings, because she is doing this not for her, but for her cousins. She dedicates this to her cousins. And I shall dedicate this to my cousin, my French. I have a Parisien, j'ai un cousin parisien. So this is for my Parisian cousin. We shall call him Adman. I'm Santman. He's Adman. He's AD. He is AD. What could be AD? He is like adorably driven. He's adorable and he's driven. He's a driven person. So AD man, Adman, whatever you call it. Adman, this is for you. Raven, thank you. Daniel Cause, thank you. Let's listen to A Whole New World.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with
Now
you.
I'm in a whole new world with
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your
A
eyes.
dazzling place
Hold
I
your
never
breath, it's
knew.
better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I
A whole
used to
new
be. Every turn a
world,
surprise.
new horizons.
Every moment red lettered.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world.
A whole new world.
That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll
A
be.
thrilling
A
chase
wondrous place for
you
you
and me.
That was A Whole New World by Raven and Daniel Cause. Once again, I'll put the link below the video. I would suggest you listen to what she talks about in the beginning of the video, and I really respect her for that. She's a mother. She has a busy life, and I have a dog that's barking outside the house. You have been listening to the Santman show, clearly not professional, clearly not the most experienced podcaster out there, but if you're listening to the show, thank you. Thank you to Raven and Daniel Cause. Thank you to the neighbors upstairs making noise as always. And yes, a whole new world from the movie Aladdin. A whole new world. We were speaking of travel. We are now slowly ending and reaching the first half of the episode. We are reaching the midway of this episode. And before we head into the next song, I had asked you a question. If you had a dream place, let's say a dream place or 3 places you really wanted to go to, you really wish, and it's on your bucket list, a term I hate using, but yes, it's on your bucket list. 1 or 3 cities, countries you want to absolutely visit once in your life, regardless of where they are, how they are. I could give you my 3 because I had 3 I quickly thought of. I thought of Corsica, Bali, and I thought of a country generally, Greece, because I love, in Greece there's so many places. There's Athens, there's Kos, there's Mykonos. But then I'm going to divide my travel talk in 2 parts, okay? The first part will be for those who can afford to travel, because it's a budget. You may be a student, you may be even having a salary that's not allowing you to go to such extravagant places. So I will talk to people of those categories, because I fall in both. Somehow I fall in both categories. But if you are in the first category, my first advice for you is, if you can afford it, if you have the financial means to travel to places, it can be even places nearby the country you live in, the city you live in, I would say go for it. Traveling is always, if you like it, obviously, if you are someone who loves exploring, and even if you don't, try getting out of your comfort zone. Try being somewhere either with a friend or yourself. Your best friend is yourself. That's a callback to the previous episode. Give yourself as much love as you can. And yes, travel. Go. Just go to the place you want to go to. Even if it's for 2-3 days, even if it's off season, even if it's at a time where nobody usually goes there, and yeah, just travel. We are approaching the first half of the Santman show, episode 7 on traveling, and I gave you the advice that spend now. If it's for traveling, if it's for something you really want to do, spend now and save a little bit at least, but don't spend everything, but spend a little bit for traveling. It's a resource. Go for it. Just do not hesitate. But obviously there should be moderation. All this advice should be taken in moderation. But yes. Now I shall get to the people who can't eventually afford to travel, because even if I can personally travel, and even if I went recently to wish happy birthday to my Parisian, mon cousin parisien, Le Adman. So I went there, I surprised him. Well, he was not surprised to see me, but the gifts were a surprise. But Paris is the voisin, is the neighbor of one of the countries I live in. But then I could always, people of my age go to much more expensive places. So I am always in between both. I'm always wishing and dreaming I could do all this sort of traveling too one day. So for those who don't have the budget, or who just absolutely can't travel, who can't leave the place they're in from where they're listening to the show, I will have some advice for you in the second half of the show. Before that, let's listen to a song that is basically a song by Joshua Christian and Veronica Susanto, a cover of a famous song as well. You have been listening to the Santman show. Don't go anywhere. Listen to Rewrite the Stars, an amazing cover, originally by Zac Efron and Zendaya, then covered by Anne-Marie and James Arthur, but now this is YouTube cover by Joshua Christian and Veronica Susanto. You have been listening to the Santman show. We are talking of traveling, and you shall get advice for those who can't afford to get out of there. Get out of wherever you are. Go explore the world. If you can't do that, advice is coming for you right after the song. Stay tuned. This is the Santman Show, and write to me, santman.happy@gmail.com. Write to me on Spreaker, comment below, send me brickbats, try and stalk me, find a way to contact me, and let's do this.
You know I want.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
You, it's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards, but fate is pulling you miles away and out of reach from me. But you're here in my heart, so it's up if I decide that you're my destiny. What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were meant to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. You be the one I was meant to find. It's up to you and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars? Maybe the world could be ours tonight. You think I don't wanna run to, but there are mountains and there are doors that we can walk through. I know you're wondering why, because we're able to be just you and me within these walls. But when we go outside, you gotta wake up and see that it was hopeless after all. No one can rewrite the stars. How can you say you'll be mine? Everything keeps us apart, and I'm not the one you were meant to find. It's not up to you, it's not up to me. When everyone tells us what we can be, how can we rewrite the stars? Say that the world can be ours tonight. All I want is to fly with you. All I want is to fall with you. So just give me all of you. It's not impossible. Is it impossible? Say that it's possible. How do we rewrite the stars? Say you were meant to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart, 'cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. And why don't we rewrite the stars, changing the world to be ours? You know I want you.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's not a secret I try to hide, but I can have you. We're bound to break and my hands are tied.
Epic. That's epic, epic, epic. Thank you, Joshua Christian, Veronica, Susanto. JCT Music is the channel's name. I shall link this ASAP below once this is uploaded. And that was Rewrite the Stars, originally from the soundtrack of the movie called The Greatest Showman, with Hugh Jackman, Zendaya, Zac Efron. And yes, shall we rewrite the stars? Let's rewrite the stars, shall we? You're listening to the Santman Show. This is Santman saying thank you for listening to the 7th episode of the series. If you're listening to this as the first episode, don't go anywhere. This is the 7th episode, but let's Benjamin Button. Let's go back in time and age in reverse. Let's be younger. I was talking of travel. I was talking of... basically, there are two kinds of people in this world. There are those who have the means, the financial means, the time, the money, the resources to travel to the places they want to go to the places they wish to go to, but they will go to a place that's closer to their place, and place. Location. That is the most important element of marketing. No, I'm not giving you a marketing course. I was asking you a question. I was not going to ask you a question. I was asking you basically if you are a person who is basically a person who can't go outside, who can't leave the place you're in right now. What would you do? What would you do if you want to travel but you can't? And that has been my situation for most of the year, despite having had the luck, and I am grateful, and I'm thankful for having been able to still go to places I really love traveling. But despite that, there's always that pinch. There's always that I want to do more. I want to go to the places that my friends eventually go to. I want to do all that. You know, when you're on Instagram and you see people travel, you are like super happy for them. You're super happy. And I genuinely am happy. I'm not spiteful. I mean, I am a little bit, but the more I fake my happiness for them, the more that happiness becomes real. And eventually I find myself less jealous of them traveling. But then the question remains, if you can't, what do you do? That frustration, that that person is in that beach, that person is in that wonderful museum I wanted to go to, that person's living my dream. What do you do? The question is that the answer is simple. 4 words. These 4 words are used in a different context, but the words are charity begins at home. It's a famous saying, a famous adage. Charity begins at home. C-B-A-H. Siba. Oh, Siba. Ba is actually in certain Indian languages. Ba means grandma. So you can go see grandma. But if she's in another country, then the whole question of traveling to that country remains the first element. But if you're talking the second element of the first 2 elements I spoke to you about, yes, charity begins at home, where you are right now. Because you are spending basically in the city you're traveling to. You're basically helping their economy. But if you're living, so there's a lot of ifs and caveats, but basically wherever you're living, I'm almost sure you have not explored every single corner, every single place. There must be more to where you live. Not absolutely, but I'm almost sure that wherever you're listening to this from, there's more you can do. I am fortunate. I would say it again. I'm not being proud, but I'm fortunate and being grateful that I come from a city which has been tagged as one of the most boring European cities, as one of the most boring cities in this very country I come from. But it's getting better. And the more I explore, the more I find these small cafes, these small restaurants, the more you fall in love with your homeland. You fall in love with the city, and even you can explore the suburbs, the surroundings of the city. You can even take a bus, a train, you can walk, you can hike. If there's a forest, if there's a library, if there's a place you don't usually go to, but get out of that comfort zone. Take a break. Taking a break doesn't necessarily mean going to a beach with someone fancy. Doesn't necessarily mean spending thousands of dollars or even $8,000. It means basically escapism can happen anywhere. Charity begins at home. Start giving that happiness, that kindness from where you are, and then maybe that will amplify and give you that happiness wherever you travel. And ironically, in the last maybe 3 or 4 years of my life, I have suddenly given so much of love to the place I come from. And I have become such a tourist in my own city that people might even, like a lot of people even mistake me for a tourist because I'm not the same color of, my skin is not the same color of the people who live here usually. And yeah, I come across as, I don't know, I'm just assuming what people think of me when I go around clicking pictures. I am like the eternal tourist in the city I live in, and I will always be. I guess for some time, for many years I will be. But you do that as well. I want you to do that. There are obviously caveats, there are exceptions, but if you are obviously listening to this from a place which has a forest, which has a park, which has a cafe, a restaurant, not the famous ones, not the popular ones, but use Google Maps. That's a very interesting tool I have at my disposition. Maybe not applicable for all the countries, all the cities, but either Google Maps, either the internet, do some research of where you live. You will always find things you didn't know. For instance, I live in the city which has the longest wooden bench in the world, apparently. That's what they claim, but I believe them. I live in the city where there is a giant broken chair in the middle of it. I mean, not in the middle of the city, but there's a giant broken chair. Giant chair with only 3 legs. I did not even know the meaning of the chair, the symbolism behind it, until I looked it up. Because as a kid, it always fascinated me. I always asked who broke it, who broke the 4th leg. Only recently I realized that there's something much deeper, much more a humanitarian reason why they made a chair with 3 legs. Unfortunately, I will not have time for the last poem because I spoke so much about traveling, about exploring where you live. And if you have the resources, exploring the world, exploring yourself. What do you associate with the concept of traveling, with the concept of who you are when you travel? I am a person who basically travels with the intention to take a break. But when I'm at the place, I'm all over the place. I'm like clicking pictures. And when I come back, so basically I take a week off. I travel for 3 days where I'm intense. And then the remaining few days, I take a break, the real break, at my home. That's how I do it. I don't know how you do it. But yes, traveling. You have been listening to the Santman show. Thank you. And also thank you to Sony and Disney, because when I first started this show, I first started with Spider-Man, with my awe for Spider-Man Far From Home, the second movie of the new reboot with Tom Holland. Then there was a studio divorce with Sony and Disney, and now it feels like the whole circle has come around again and they're back together. So thank you Sony, thank you Disney for giving all of us Spider-Man fans the third movie that we are all waiting for, the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Zendaya is the one who sang Rewrite the Stars, by the way, and she is also the heroine of Spider-Man. And you know, the funny thing is, in Far From Home, he traveled around Europe. And that's where he discovered who he really was. That's also a theme in a lot of Ranbir Kapoor movies, a lot of Imtiaz Ali movies. That being said, this is not an Imtiaz Ali movie at all. So travel, either outside or within where you live, or within yourself. Travel, explore yourself, look deep within yourself and be happy. Embrace the good that's in you. Embrace who you are. Remember who you are, as would say Mufasa. With great power comes great responsibility, as would say a certain Uncle Ben in a certain Spider-Man comic. And yes, be happy. Listen to the Santman show. Listen to the Santman show, not the Santman. Because I preach a lot. And thank you for listening. This has been Santman. Write to me at santman.happy@gmail.com and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. We shall get back next week with a new topic. More songs, hopefully. Unless I travel. Unless I'm going out there hunting for Spider-Man. But thank you, and let's play it. The outro by Niall Stenson, Iron Man 3 outro. Here we go.
guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.